That summer that my mother took me to South Wales, New York, it changed me forever. Now, South Wales is located in upstate New York. My mother and I flew out to visit friends that she had made years ago from back when we lived in Alaska. They had a son named Scotty who was my age, so it was perfect. Now, I don't know if you know much about upstate New York beyond the fact that it's the setting for Dirty Dancing, which is a cinematic masterpiece. But it's pretty amazing when you're a 10-year-old kid who's never lived near trees. So we got in pretty late in the evening, and when we arrived, Scotty was outside in the backyard with a flashlight. "Come on," he said. He was excited, handing me a flashlight. "What are we going to do exactly?" I said to him. "Hunting night crawlers," Scotty said. Night crawlers. We stayed out there hunting these large worms until our mason jars were full. The next day, Scotty and we just walked out the back door down to a raging creek that ran through his backyard, and we fished all day using those night crawlers. Now, I was astonished. In Las Vegas, we didn't have forests like this, or freshwater rivers, or creeks, or, seasons. As a 10-year-old kid, this was the coolest thing I had ever done. It wasn't even close. After a few days, and I don't mean to brag, but your boy learned to catch some fish. And one day it was particularly good, and we both caught a bunch. We felt like superheroes. I called myself Blackaman. "Come on," Scotty said to me, "let's go show some friends." And so we walked around this tiny upstate community, going from door to door to invite his friends out to see what a haul of fish we had caught. Now, the first door that we went to, the parents didn't let us in and wouldn't let their kid come out. The second door, the parents said the same thing, that so-and-so couldn't come out right now. And it was a small town, so I figured, maybe they just don't like visitors or people from out of town. The third house, we stood out on the front porch, excited, holding our fish and grinning like idiots. And the mother stood at the front door looking at us through the screen door. "Well, Scotty, you can come in," she said calmly. "But we can't let your Negro friend in." And those words hit me. They still hit me. I still feel them. "We can't let your Negro friend in." And in a half second, I realized that these families weren't letting me inside to hang out with their kids because I was black. Now, again, I want to be clear. My dad was black. My mom was black. I knew I was black. But what I didn't know yet was that me being black was a problem for some people. That was brand new. And it hurt. It was the most hurtful thing that I had experienced up until this point in my life. Sometimes when I tell my white friends this story, they try to connect and say, "That's crazy that that woman hated you for no reason." But this woman on the front porch in South Wales, New York, didn't hate me for no reason. She hated me for a very specific and known reason. She hated me because I am black. And see, the problem with that is that being black is something that I cannot change. So I'm done, I'm rejected, and there's no way ever that I can be accepted. Not if I get better at fishing or become more polite. There's no chance. And even though I didn't know this woman from Eve, and even though her abject rejection of me based upon my skin color shouldn't matter at all, I can still feel the sting. I can still feel it. Because it was what she was saying, that there's something wrong with you, and it will always be wrong. That's a hell of a thing to tell a 10-year-old. That's something a Disney villain says. That kind of venom doesn't just affect a little kid of color. That can poison any kid. And listen, some of you have been there. And if me telling the story is triggering for you, I'm sorry, you don't deserve that. Not then, and not now. None of us deserve that. We can't let your Negro friend in. That summer changed my life. It was a story that I never forgot.